These days, we're seeing a lot of these. For devices meant to go at only 10 kilometers per hour, these show PMAs, or personal mobility aids, whizzing around at 20 kilometers per hour, 50 kilometers per hour, and even 59 kilometers per hour. These speeding incidents have resulted in PMA accidents shooting up, with an average of 15 PMA-related injuries yearly, and 9 accidents recorded in just the first half of 2024. In this episode of Talking Point, I'm investigating the misuse of PMAs, or personal mobility aids, and why are they speeding out of control. Viewer Ko Hong Wee sent us this. He wants to raise awareness on the dangers posed by speeding PMAs. You might have seen such personal mobility aids zooming around, sometimes even with entire families on it. So tell me where you might have seen them speeding, or if you had any close shaves, near accidents with them. I want to hear all about it. Nearly 50 of you responded, and the neighbourhoods most mentioned: Choa Chu Kang, Sembawang, and Yishun. I'm heading to one of them, Choa Chu Kang, in the western part of Singapore, where I'm meeting Hidayah and her husband Sharif, a paramedic. Thanks for meeting up. I've heard that you have come across a few close shaves with PMAs.
Yes, it happened about twice. So Steve, it happened along this pathway. So I was coming back home from actually sending my kids to school.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I was on the way back home, as you can see, the pathway is quite narrow, right? So while I was walking home, I could hear the loud thump. Yeah, I was shocked.
Also, you had to come onto the grass here.
Yeah, I had to jump to the grass.
And this, you're saying this sort of helped save you because you heard the PMA going over this.
It was very loud, luckily.
Yeah, I see. You have to actually go quite fast or jump quite hard to make such a loud sound.
Yes, that's right. So another near-miss incident was near to my son's school.
I guess it can be pretty dangerous. You're a paramedic, is that right?
Yeah, correct.
And you've seen people get into accidents from PMAs?
I've seen the one who are driving the PMAs that got hurt. I've seen the pedestrians that got hurt. And depending on their age or how fragile they are, it can even lead to a fracture or a dislocation.
Oh look, there's one with a whole family over there.
This is still okay.
Yeah.
I've seen 3 kids plus both parents in one.
Yeah.
So for my near-miss incident, most of them were actually on the PMAs, actually able-bodied. So they actually use it as a mode of transportation or to deliver food.
I see.
Most of the time they're actually speeding. It's quite obvious compared to those actually who need it.
Current rules on PMAs are clear. The device should go no faster than 10 kilometers per hour. It should only have one seat and carry one person. While it is designed for people with mobility issues, right now anyone can buy a PMA. If PMAs are only allowed to go at 10 kilometers per hour, how is it that the PMAs our viewers have encountered can go so fast?
Stop. Do you know that your PMA is illegal? Huh?
This is Bobby Lai. He's been actively educating the public on rules surrounding PMAs on social media. And today, he's letting me ride on this. Okay.
Yeah, this is a PMA.
Sure.
And I have a helmet.
A helmet? Why do I need a helmet?
Just in case. Okay, so take a seat.
Sure.
So just turn the throttle and it will go.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
go
give it a
for a ride.
spin. Here we go. Ooh. Wow.
Welcome back.
Yeah. I'm surprised. This thing went pretty fast. I got up to like, what, 21 kilometers per hour?
So how do you feel riding this one?
And it's fun, but it's a bit fast.
Yeah.
Much faster than I expected. Is that normal?
Yes. So this is actually an illegal PMA. That's why the speed is faster than the regulation of 10 km per hour.
How did you end up with one of these in your shop?
So this was actually traded in by one of our customers who didn't know that it was illegal, and now he has traded in for legal PMA. So after this will be scrapped lah.
How do they go about modifying it and making it so fast?
There are two groups. One, that are purchasing already illegal PMAs.
Oh,
yeah.
they come ready-made, modified already.
If you see here, this has two chairs.
Yep.
So anything with more than one seat actually is illegal.
Because it's only meant to be for one person.
Yes. And the second group, actually, they are modifying their PMAs. So these are the common parts used when they go and modify. So this is actually a motor. You can feel it's very heavy. Next I have for you is a controller. So controllers have different ratings. They are sort of like the brain of the whole PMA. So if you have a controller that allows your PMA to go much faster, that is a modification.
Oh, do they have to hack this or they just buy this?
Okay, they either buy it preset or there are people out there that might know how to configure this. Another modification is for the battery.
That's a huge battery.
What people will do, if you need longer mileage, you will get an even bigger battery. And it's plug and play. So all you have to do, unplug it and plug it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you need more battery power in order to also allow it to go faster,
Yes,
right?
yes. More battery power.
And
all three of these comes into play together when you modify.
Okay.
Yeah.
How easy is it for me to go and buy one of these modified PMAs?
Okay, so there are some errant retailers that are selling illegal PMA. You can also find it on online sources if you know where to look. So I want to show you some screenshots that I have now. These are from Carousel.
Carousel.
So you can see this one has 2 seats.
I did a search on Carousel and found almost 200 listings of what looked to be modified PMAs. It says here mobility scooter with 3 seats. It has 60 volts. Okay, that's clearly modified because the legal ones only allow for 24 or at the most 48 volts. So these are definitely modified. And let's see how much it costs. I can get them for between 700 and this one's up to 1,500 Singapore dollars. Actually, that's cheaper than getting it from a compliant PMA retailer because if you go to the shop, you're easily paying between $1,500 to $2,000. PMA acid batteries. You can replace your old PMA battery or upgrade it. So I can modify my PMA with a battery that will give me more power. I can buy the parts, they're all being offered here, but this one even offers an installation service. Basically, I can buy the parts, pay an extra $150, and they will install it for me too. None of the ads mention how fast these PMAs can go, so I reached out to some of them. So most of them were eager to sell me their devices. In fact, some of them were even willing to lower their prices. But one thing's for sure, no one had any qualms selling me something that is deemed illegal. This is Peter. And this is Melissa. Hello, hi, Melissa.
Hi, Steve.
Peter.
Hey, hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, I see this is your PMA.
Yeah, this is mine.
Is this where you normally wait for deliveries?
Around this area, Subway or at the McDonald's.
Okay. And this is your PMA?
Yes, correct. This is my PMA.
Ah, okay, it looks pretty fierce. But is there anything wrong with you or are you physically like okay?
I have a knee problem. Last time I was long ago, so I cannot cycle too long. My knee will be pain.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so I changed to PMA instead of bicycle.
But do you have any kind of a doctor's letter saying you are...
No, don't have. The certificate is hard to get. Even my friend who have an accident and her knee was having a metal plate
Okay.
screw, and he can't get the cert also. So it's not that easy.
Would you consider yourself disabled in any way, or would you say you are able-bodied?
Can say it's able-bodied lah, but I
Yeah.
cannot walk too long distance lah.
So what do you use it for?
For fetching my kids, sending my kids to school in the morning.
But actually you are...
Yeah, I'm not
Able-bodied, you're not-
disabled, yes,
not right,
correct.
not disabled,
Yeah,
right?
but
So-
it's easier for me because in the morning at the bus stop is very crowded, especially around my area.
One day normally, how many deliveries do you get?
Average maybe about 20 orders per day.
Wow.
And that will feature hours.
So you started at what time?
6 o'clock
6 a.m.
and until evening 6 a.m.
Wow, okay, that's a full day. So they will both come on this with you?
Yes,
How old are they?
they are 12 and 8.
Okay, so I think they are almost done with school today, right?
Yes, correct.
So can we go and pick them up, and then I'll follow you along with my
Sure,
bicycle?
no problem,
I just want to
can.
see what it's like. Okay, I want to see what it's like, so I'm going to follow you around.
Okay.
I'm not sure I will last the whole day. Because mine is just a bicycle.
I think it should be no problem. Order just came in, collect from McDonald's.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go and collect, okay? We have a set order, and then we have to send to 2 locations.
All within like what, 1-2 kilometers?
Yeah, between 1 kilometer.
I'm trying to keep up. Man, he's just zipping away.
Leave it there, your order is on your gate.
Okay,
Yeah, that's it.
okay.
Okay.
This is a school.
Yes, this is cool.
Okay, you can drive in?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Okay, why don't you wait here?
But I can't go.
come
Yeah,
and
I'll wait here for you. Okay,
sure.
you go ahead.
All right.
Hello.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, guys. Okay, let's go back.
All right.
I'm finding it hard to keep up. She's riding along with her 2 kids. They don't even have helmets on. That's pretty dangerous. You're not worried about safety for the kids?
Because my children, if they sit, they will sit. Yeah, they were not moving around, you know.
Have you ever had any accidents or nearly like hit something, someone?
I know.
Yikes. It was downhill earlier. It's uphill now. Power assisted would have been nice. Let's grab a seat.
Okay.
Wow.
So how?
Oh, yeah, so I felt like I had to work quite hard. I'm getting the workout. You don't seem to be sweating at all.
Yeah, because I just use the throttle will do.
Do you feel that it's dangerous for you to be going so fast?
It does, but it depends also. Like for example, if we are on the PCN and there is no pedestrians, we will go slightly faster a bit.
Okay.
So if there is a lot of people, like children or adults walking around, then we will slow down. We have to control at 10.
Have you ever had any pedestrian shout at you and say, hey, why you know?
Yes, it
Yeah.
happened. Yeah, correct, it happened. Sometimes when people walk and I was quite behind
Ah,
and I horn,
okay.
they can't hear. So
Ah,
I go
okay.
nearer, I horn it, and they turn back. What happened? Why you horn?
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so sometimes it's take and give lah.
Hey, we are here.
Okay. Woo. That was quite the ride. You guys enjoyed the ride? Every day your mummy brings you home this way. You prefer this or take the bus?
My mother's car.
Your mother's car. Nicer than the bus.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, Ken, thanks. Bye. See you guys. So it's actually quite far. I mean,
Yes.
if you have to walk, I can see why this can be very convenient. And you're saying this is better than taking the bus?
If I were to take the bus, I have to wake them much more earlier. I use PMA, right? So it's about 6 o'clock I wake them up. So if I were to take the bus, I have to wake them about 5:15.
I was following you, trying to keep up, and sometimes you were going quite fast. Did you realize that?
Yeah, I know. That one is for the first gear only. But I do use the second and third lah.
With the kids sitting there, and actually there's no seat belt, they're not even wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
Aren't you worried?
Actually, I don't full throttle.
Okay.
It's just about half throttle only.
Have you ever had any almost, near miss?
So far, nothing lah. Because usually when I pass people, right, I will slow it down. That's why every time when I ride the PMA, right, I will keep a lookout.
There's currently no data on the number of PMAs here, nor the number being caught for speeding. And because PMAs are currently allowed not only on cycling paths but on footpaths too, I want to know how dangerous a speeding PMA is to pedestrians. Jason Tan, a professional stunt driver, usually drives sedan cars and motorbikes for TV and movies. But today, this is his vehicle of choice. So we're measuring the distance it will take for the PMA to stop at varying speeds. This mannequin will be our pedestrian for the day, and we're going to try and avoid hitting her. So we're starting at 15 kilometers per hour. That's 5 kilometers above the speed limit. 3, 2, 1, go! 15 kilometers per hour. Let's see where he stops. Let me draw a line. That's about 2.3 meters. 2.3 meters at 15 kilometers per hour. That's the stopping distance. Okay, let's try again. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go! We're gonna max out the PMA, take it to its maximum speed. And brake! Ooh! How fast did you manage to go?
23.
23. Stopping distance is approximately 3.1 meters. That's a long way to stop at 23 kilometers per hour. Wow. And because I've seen multiple riders on modified PMAs, I want to know how the extra load affects stopping distance. I'm testing the same speed but now with a pillion rider. This adds approximately another 70 kilograms of weight on the PMA. Brake it! Oh, wow! Whoa! That was pretty close. Almost 5 meters, but look how close you are to the pedestrian. That was definitely a near accident. With an added passenger at 23 kilometers per hour, the stopping distance for the PMA is nearly 5 meters. That's almost 2 times longer. Okay, so let's set up some boxes here to cushion the impact. Okay, you feel protected? Now you're going to stand behind here. I'm going to show you the impact of a speeding PMA if it cannot stop in time. Again, we're driving the PMA at speeds of 23 kilometers per hour. Here he comes, he's picking up speed. Oh, I'm sure we've hit 20 already. Get ready to get out of the way. Oh! Wow, that was some serious impact. Are you okay? Oh, dislocated the shoulder. At 23 kilometers per hour, it caused the boxes to fly as far as 5 meters. And the mannequin to fall over. Imagine if that was a real person. Which is why there have been calls from the public for greater enforcement. So today, I'm going on a sting operation with LTA's active mobility enforcement officers now. These are the guys who go around catching errant PMA users, and I get to tag along with them. In fact, there they go. They're here right now. I got my own body cam. Come along for the ride. Hello. Nice to meet you guys.
Hi Steve, thank you for joining for our operation today.
No problem. Thanks for letting me tag along.
come,
I am
come.
Sirat from
Side to side.
LTA. Come, you don't mind? So we are here just to check on your device. So we have to visually look at the device, check if the device is compliant. So if non-compliant device, enforcement actions will actually be taken against them. Hello?
Sir,
Come sir, don't mind, stop to the side. If you're travelling on the path, stay within the speed limit. PMA should be kept at 10 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Are you aware?
Yeah.
So for today,
One seat.
I will have to book you for the offence.
Now, while we were also here, because your outfits are very bright and obvious, we saw a whole bunch of guys turn around at the traffic light and go in other directions. Is that common too?
We actually encountered that a lot. So this put us at a high risk, where some riders are actually reckless, in the sense whereby they will speed off away from us, causing danger to other path users. Some may even charge towards us.
Oh, that's happened before?
Yes.
They speed at you, as in try and...
Bulldoze towards us.
Almost like a hit and run?
Yes. We have to be highly alert and have great situational awareness.
Okay, and this is probably because their vehicles have been modified or don't comply
that's
with
true.
regulations,
High
right?
likely, yes.
they have their own set of comms, you know, they will just alert everybody.
You're going to change location?
Yes, correct. We actually move on to another
see,
location.
okay. Hello, sir.
Excuse me. Cik, okay. Sekejap boleh kita berbual sekejap?
PMA is actually meant for people with mobility issues,
Are you aware?
elderly and people with disabilities. So just be reminded, PMA should be fitted with only a single seat and not meant to carry any additional passengers lah. You are actually carrying your kid, but it's not allowed.
By the end of 2025, new rules will kick in. Among them,
And the panel is also proposing for the current maximum speed limit of 10 kilometres per hour to be cut down to 6.
there will be new rules. They kick in by end 2025 and stipulate that a PMA speed be capped at 6 kilometers per hour to better reflect the speed of pedestrians on footpaths, since PMAs are also allowed on footpaths. So if you're wondering how safe that is, well, this is essentially 6 kilometers per hour. Pretty much just like walking speed. You guys all right? Keeping up there? Not too fast, right? I can almost feel the wind in my hair. Beyond lowering the speed limit to almost a fast walking pace, one more rule will kick in by end 2025.
Regulations kicking in next year will restrict such aids only to those certified with relevant medical needs.
Remember Grab rider Peter and Mum Melissa? This means by the end of next year, they might lose their PMAs. Now, give me an average in a month, roughly how much would you earn?
I can get around about 4.5 to 5.
5,000?
Sometimes even 6.
Wow, okay. How are the new rules going to affect you? Do you expect business to be much
It will
worse?
drop a lot. At least 50%. It will affect our income a lot.
Will an e-bike work for you?
Some people might have fear on the road. For me, example, last time I got an accident on my knee. It's on the road. So when he asked me to cycle on the road or even on the road, I have to fear.
Oh, you have a fear of cycling on the road. I see, okay.
But some people, instead of using bicycle or e-bike, they use PMA because they going to use strength.
Yeah, this morning I had the workout. You didn't have any workout.
The e-bike is not convenient actually. It's not safety for them. Because like this, right, they can have a rest behind.
Okay.
Yeah, but for e-bike, they don't have.
And you're also supposed to cycle on the road.
Yeah, quite dangerous lah. That's why PMA is better, you know, it's safer because we are using it on the pavement.
Yeah.
Instead on the road.
PMAs or personal mobility aids have come into the spotlight recently. But long before that, there were already PMDs, or personal mobility devices, and PABs, power-assisted bicycles, also known as e-bikes. Now you might be confused by now, so let me give you a breakdown. Thanks guys. Now we know what a PMA is. This is it. It's allowed on a footpath. But take a look at this. This looks kind of similar to a PMA, but it's categorized as a PMD, personal mobility device. A PMD could be a hoverboard, a kick scooter, or e-scooter. Motorized devices that are like this e-scooter are not allowed on the footpath, but only on cycling paths. And these are meant for able-bodied people like me. Then you have this here. This is a power-assisted bike, also known as a PAB or e-bike. You still have to pedal this, but it can go much faster, up to 25 kilometers per hour. And because of that, it's only allowed on cycling paths and roads. You also need to pass an e-bike theory test before you get to ride this. Both Peter and Melissa feel it's too dangerous to ride an e-bike, but I'm wondering just how dangerous it is really. So I'm going to find out. All right, guys, let's get this bike set up. Thank you. You're going to be in the back.
Yep.
Okay,
let's go.
Give it a try.
Yep.
All right,
yep.
You stable? We rolling? And away we go. Unlike PMAs, e-bikes allow one pillion rider, but the rider and pillion must be at least 16 years old. For safety reasons, we tried to stick to a cycling path. Here we have it, a cycling lane, but kind of a short one. And the end, in the middle of nowhere. And now it says, look, you can cross the road, but is there a cycling lane on the other side? With no other cycling lanes in sight, we're back on the road. You feel so vulnerable when you're in the middle of traffic, right? I feel it.
Yes.
No protection whatsoever.
But do e-bikes actually go in the middle of the road?
No, the side, but if you want to turn right, how else can you turn right? Oh, those are the kind of guys I'm most scared of. The big trucks. So about to get onto the main road, we're at the traffic junction, and how are you feeling so far?
I'm gonna die.
And this is considered light traffic.
Very uncomfortable seat.
When you have near misses, you won't be worrying about discomfort, you'll be worrying for your life. Look at this is horrible. I'm right in the middle of traffic, and we gotta go to the right lane. Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh. What happened?
Okay, I almost lost my balance. Okay, it's much harder riding with a pillion, someone behind you. Okay, here we are. We made it.
Oh my god.
We're alive. How was that?
Felt like
How
I
did you
almost
feel?
died. Would you ride this with your kids?
No way. I wouldn't even ride this myself. I was scared, especially all those junctions where we had to change lanes, turn right. It's just nerve-wracking being in the middle of all the
And
buses.
it's so uncomfortable. Like, I can't imagine anyone riding on this
Okay.
with two people.
Yeah, it's just not practical, too unsafe. Even if you were riding alone, I mean, we just don't have enough cycling lanes and the roads are just too crowded. It's just scary. So actually, I can understand why Peter and Melissa would be scared riding on the road. Not just for themselves, but even with their kids. I mean, no way with children.
No way, they'll fly off for sure.
Yeah. There is hope for Peter though. He suffers from a bad knee. And if he can produce a certificate showing he has relevant medical needs, he will be allowed one. Final approval is given by an occupational therapist. I brought Peter to see one.
So there's 30 types of skills that I want you to go through with me lah. I want you to try to adjust the speed of the scooter.
Just a bit. Half.
Okay.
Half.
Yeah. Try that. Okay. So now you need to park between this cone, right? I want you to go forward and then turn.
Reverse back.
Yes. Okay, Peter, so after we have done with the off-road and the on-road assessment, right, I think you are able to be suitable for the device like a scooter. So what you need to do now is to get a memo from your doctor or a referral from your doctor to be referred to a centre like us.
So for someone like Peter, let's say he isn't able to get referral, what are some of the other options available for him?
If he is deemed not suitable for the device, we will suggest maybe a physiotherapy session to improve on your mobility.
Okay, so Peter, you haven't been checked before using a PMA. So next time you will have to, first get that approval before you can use it.
First thing I have to go to see a doctor first to get the referrals. Then go to the second stage, come over here.
That's right. To be assessed.
Whether it is approved or not approved.
Yeah.
To use the PMA.
That's right. Melissa, on the other hand, is very unlikely to qualify.
It's not fair lah actually. Maybe they have this rule is because due to some youngsters, they use this type of PMA, but they are not doing Grab, but they're doing it on the road. And they're doing it at the fastest rate, you see.
Because there have been accidents, people have been hurt.
Because of that lah, we are all affected. I mean, the Grab riders also all affected. They should look into that lah. For like Grab riders, they need to use that also.
So you think they should have a different category, is it?
Yes,
for like the families and things like that. What if they create some kind of a license, like those like you maybe must take some tests?
That is quite good also.
Okay.
Rather than we cannot even use at all.
This is the only cycling treadmill we know in Asia, and it sits in this man's office. He's part of the 15-member Active Mobility Advisory Panel, also known as AMAP.
Hello, Prof.
The very same group that proposed the new rules on PMAs.
Wow, what is going on here? So we have a cycling lab here and we have a treadmill where we are testing a mobility scooter under different kind of speed conditions and different slope angle.
Oh, so they can go as fast as they want here?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting. Okay, I met these two people who are using it on a daily basis. One is a Grab delivery rider and one is a mother. Both of them feel they're going to be really affected by the new rule changes. But they're actually arguing that if we use it safely and responsibly, why can't people like them continue to use it?
The straightforward answer is that our footpaths were not designed for these kind of devices. They were designed for pedestrians.
Right.
So these narrow footpaths cannot accommodate too many of these bigger and faster devices for safety concerns. So we need to look a little bit deeper to understand that the able-bodied people using mobility scooters, they are trying to fulfill certain transportation needs.
Okay, so one of these right now, currently up to 10 kilometers.
Right.
Yeah, is that okay?
That is actually a bit too fast on the footpaths.
Okay.
Because you have people walking and at 10 kilometers per hour, devices going at quite a fast speed. And if they hit somebody, then
there's an impact, right?
There's an impact. And because they are quite heavy, so they could cause quite bad injuries.
Okay, then the new rules are saying 6 kilometers per hour. Would that be okay?
6 kilometers per hour would definitely help.
Okay.
Because it's a lot slower, so it's, not only the impact force will be less, but also you give the rider more time to come to a stop.
So can we have both? Can we have those for people who are truly handicapped or disabled at 6 kilometers, and can we have another category for able-bodied users who go at 10 kilometers but use it on like the PCN?
Yeah, I think we really need to look into this issue and not brush it aside, right? Everybody wants mobility.
So in a way, you're saying it's possible for us to have such devices being used by able-bodied people, but we just need to come up with some kind of a structure to I guess, regulate it as well.
Yes, they should go on the cycle paths, but we need to build up our cycle paths to have much better connectivity. Then they will not encroach on the footpaths, right? Where it should just be for pedestrians or people on PMAs who have some disability and they want to go slow, right?
One of the very common things is people modify their devices to go much faster. I mean, is there any way to sort of control that?
I'm not sure if there is a foolproof solution, but maybe regular inspection, just like what we have for e-scooters, might help. Because like e-scooters, every 2 years you need to bring it in to inspect. So if you modify a device, then you'll be found out.
So in other words, some kind of licensing and regulation to sort of control the allowed devices.
Right, right.
Since the cycling lab is able to safely test out mobility devices under different speeds, they're letting me try it out.
Well, tackling the issue of PMAs is not so clear-cut. On the one side, we have pedestrians concerned about their own personal safety, but on the flip side, you've got delivery riders who are able-bodied, you've got parents who rely on them for work, for the convenience to take their kids around. It's true, these devices are pretty great for short distances, but our challenge is really about space on our roads and our sidewalks. Now, the new regulations, well, they aim to protect everyone, but what do you think? Are they fair, and how will we adapt as these changes roll out? Whoa.